Lovely.
1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Who's live? Oh, ain't they lovely? Oh,
Lovely.
look at the little Queenie. 1 2 1 2 1 2
Yeah,
1 2. Who's live?
okay.
Yeah, not so great, I would say.
No.
Well, we've got a king there with a fancy hat as well. Yeah. I wonder if he's going to give that jewel back. And one day, maybe. And maybe not. It's my jewel, says the king. King Charles III. Well, there was a king's speech today, there was, yeah. All fancy it was, yeah. Totally ridiculous. Embarrassing. Below me. What the hell was all that about? But, okay, if you need to hire someone in to address the audience with your manifesto pledges, your new bills, why not get a guy with a fancy hat? Yeah. And some crazy woman. She looks a bit mad, if you ask me. Yeah. Little Queenie. Yeah. She ain't like the other Queenie, is she? Yeah. The other Queenie had Panton Bear. This Queenie, what's she got, really? All she got is this. She's, well, yes, yeah, well, she cheated. Yeah. Diana as well, you know. Blimey. These people, eh? Where they're serfs, we're supposed to be the little people. Yeah. Anyway. So they got the old king to do the king's speech, which happens to be just the bills for the Keir Starmer and the Labour Party. And one of the pledges in there is about building these homes, like 1.5 million homes. And don't get me wrong, I really want that. I do. Obviously, you know, I've got family in the UK, and I want them to be able to buy a home, and, you know, rent a place or whatever they want. Of course, I do. You know, I want Labour to succeed. I want them to achieve these goals because I obviously be better for the people. But I'm not convinced that just writing a few words down and maybe saying a few words is going to be enough to actually make it happen. As somebody who's been working in the construction industry pretty much all their life, and I'm sure anyone else out there can see exactly the same problems, I just want to address some of them in this live stream, amongst other stuff as well. Have a bit of fun, I suppose. But also, who's in the chat? Ah, there. But, oh, that's me. Hello, Wim. Oh, message retracted. Guten Abend. Oh, hello, Jeanette. Yes, we do need more carpenters. We need more bricklayers. We need more electricians. Now, I was talking to a friend of mine after I heard. I don't know I haven't been listening to the radio that much recently, and I was listening to James O'Brien this morning, and saying that carpenters can get around 500 quid a day in London. So I thought I'd speak to my friend who happens to be working just out on the outskirts of London, and he's getting 600 to 700 quid a day doing roofing in London. So yeah, he's from Norfolk, but you know he just commutes at the end of each week, come home for the weekend, sort of, you know. So commutes at the beginning of the week and then come home for the weekend. So he's just got family in that. I thought, crikey, how much could I earn if I went back to the UK? I couldn't manage it these days. My body's completely erect. It is. So is my beard. It was purple earlier. When I looked in the mirror, it was purple, and now it looks like a weird kind of movie. I don't know. I can't even see the purple in this camera. It's not picking up the purple. No. So, what colour next? I wonder. Anyway, I was chatting to him, and he's earned around 600 to 700 a day. That is mad money. Absolutely mad money. Now, in London, he was getting, before this kicked off, in fact, we ain't got nobody, many people, many builders, and whether it be electricians, carpenters, joiners, bricklayers, etc., during the pandemic, they left. And then they found they couldn't get back again. So they lost their rights because they left, because they were worried, because the pandemic, they didn't know what was going around the corner, did they? They thought, crikey, sod this, I'm off. I might get trapped there and I won't be able to see my family again. Or I might get COVID and die. Or something like that, you know how it goes. Well, they didn't come back again, and we're talking about a considerable amount of workers, and things have become, if we think we need, I don't know what, I can't remember the figures were. Last year it was 140 odd thousand. I think it's getting towards 300,000 skilled trades now. And it's, with these plans put in place by Labour, obviously that that requirement is going to grow. It's going to great attention. It's going to grow fast, isn't it? A couple of words, I don't know, but I just find the whole thing absolutely balmy. And from someone who I did my MVQ3 in bricklaying back in 2003, 2004, I think it was about that sort of time. And don't be wrong, I've been in that college all my life, but at the time, I have mentioned this before, but the college I was going to, which is Norwich City College, they got rid of about 2/3 of the construction school and replaced it with booty and more hairdressers. Yeah, it's really important, isn't it? More hairdressers. Never mind the fact we need homes. Oh yeah, there's more hairdressers because it's all about money. They're following the money. Follow the money, and you'll know what's going on around you, wouldn't you? You know whether you've been scammed by politics for that. By politicians and Rishi Sunak and his wife, maybe. Now, don't get me wrong. I've got no doubt in my mind that the likes of Keir Starmer is probably straight as a die. And that would be a refreshing change. If there was anything on Keir Starmer, apart from that donkey field, which was nothing, they would have found it, wouldn't they? Because they've been looking really, really hard. He's cleans a whistle, he must be. So they can find that a little bit difficult to try and knock him off a little pedestal at the moment. But we are in a honeymoon period at the moment. Yeah, we're all excited, you see. We said all this stuff happened, or words being said all of a sudden. We've all been told they're going to do this, that, and the other, and these new 40-odd bills. They've got the king to read out like a little list. Well, proof's going to be in the pudding. Now, we have got a fair crack of it. We've got to give him a chance, obviously. But some of these wishes regarding building 1.5 million homes, it feels very unlikely. No. For a start, I can't see major construction industry. The Wilhelms, all the big firms. I can't see them in reducing the value of homes by overproducing, by swamping the market with homes. They're not going to do it, are they? Why would they do that? They want to manage their profit margins. They're not going to increase supply to a point of decrease. Reducing the demand. They're not going to do it. Because at the moment, obviously, house prices are held high. Now, I have mentioned this in a previous stream, and actually, somebody mentioned. I can't remember who it was now. Who was it now? Somebody said something to me, which I did that as well. But I think we need some kind of nationalised building firm. I know they talk about GBNG and what have you, but I think I think it's going to be the only way we're going to be able to force houses onto the market for everybody. Not just affordable homes or council homes. I think we need to have an actual building firm, something that makes money for the country. Never mind profits for shareholders, profits for the country, for the infrastructure, etc. That needs to be put in place when we build all these homes. It's not just whether we're going to be building roads or dental surgeries. It's about the training the dentists to put in them. And that's if we can find the people wanting to do it. And it's the same problem we've got in the construction industry. This is my feeling, my point of view. I've been in the industry since 88, 89, and that's a lot of going up and down ladders. Okay? There's a lot of crawling around on your knees. There's a lot of inhaling stuff you shouldn't be inhaling. There's a lot of crap, basically, that you're putting your body through. And no wonder people who work in the construction industry tend not to outlive their wives, if that was the misogynistic, when you've got 2.2% in the construction industry of female, then we need to encourage more women to come into it. But why would they want to? Why would they want to? Now, although we need them, and I understand this is a necessity, builders of all types, from the electricians, the plumbers, and candlestick makers, the bricklayers, carpenters, joiners, just fitters, first and second fix, the whole lot. We need everything. But why would you want to? Knowing what your parents went through, knowing the fact that your parents are they can barely move now. Yeah, I've got carpal tunnel syndrome, or had operation, all right? I've got problems with all over my body at the moment, fibromyalgia and other issues. And my father, for instance, he was in the game most of his life. He did 6 years apprenticeship as a carpenter, working for Keir's in Norfolk. Not Keir's, Carter's. Sorry, Carter's. Archie Carter's. And that's who he did his apprenticeship with. What did he get thanks for that? He got 2 hip replacements. Up and down blooming ladders all day. Working on damp sites, scaffolds, you name it. Falling and stumbling and banging yourself, cutting yourself, banging yourself. You name it, you do it on a build site. I've made some, crikey, massive mistakes. I've done some really stupid stuff just to get the job done. I've tied ladders together just to get to the top of the ridge on the barge boards. Just have to do the last trimming on the barge board. Especially on extension maybe where the scaffolds come in, he's took everything up them away and left the site bare. Oh, crikey, I'm not getting paid unless I get that last bit done. So you've done all sorts of precarious, stupid stuff. Working on blocks of flats in London, up and down mast climbers, in the wind, 8 metres wide they were, going up 14 floors, swaying in the wind. Can you imagine what that the slightest little bit of movement? It's like 3 inches, 75 mil at the ends. They've got on these mast climbers. They're like a platform that go up and down a column. They're horrendous. This was in Grays in Thurrock. Luckily, that cladding doesn't need replacing. But the other one we did, they're replacing the cladding in Cat Hill and Desmond House and Cat Hill. Yeah, because it was a resin plan installation. Basically, just think of cladding your home with flammable plastics. It's great, isn't it? It's like a thick formica. It's just seriously, it does so many stupid stuff. Building techniques over the years, We learn by our mistakes, you would hope. We start building homes. Using Portland cement, and we realised, we're getting cracks everywhere. Because we're using the same techniques for footings we were for lime putty mortar, which could move. Well, Portland cement don't move. Not to that degree, anyway, it's cracks. We're always progressing and always making changes, but the mistake has already been made, and the home is still already there, like rock concrete, for instance. The cladding, because we haven't got the money or the means to put everything right, let alone building 1.5 million homes in the next 5 years. I want them to succeed. Don't get me wrong. This isn't Labour bashing. I want to see how they're going to do it. I want to see how they're going to encourage people to get into this trade instead of, being an influencer or go to a YouTube channel or something like that. What are they going to do to influence people to take a career path that wrecks you? It does. And you're getting thanks for it. It's one of them careers that's got a bit of a stigma around it, Stems back from our feeds and pet, your wolf whistling and stuff, It's just, and that's exactly what it was like. When I was first in the game, it's misogynistic. I mean, that was horrendous. Not just misogynistic, it was homophobic. The whole trade is horrendous. And I can remember sitting there in a trailer with my guys, and that's, my building firm. No, it isn't that long ago. We're talking about 2007, 2008. And sitting in a trailer, having a tea break, big old 3.5 ton Ivor Williams trailer. They're all sitting there, obviously an empty trailer. Keeps the wind off the back, you see. Having a tea break and that. And the conversations while holding the Southern or Daily Mail newspapers are foul. And it was all about immigration again. It's all about, they're taking our jobs, regarding the builders and all that. And while I had 2 guys there who Polish, who were working for us. Well, Polish or Romanian, I can't remember now. I think the Polish, And they were in the trailer sitting there. I can't tell you, God knows what they thought. One of them didn't really speak much English at all. Their mate did. But see, even if we did want to open up to, someone said, Craig, I think Graham Hughes was saying to me on WhatsApp. He said, I brought this up to him. And he said to me, why don't we just We'll get them from Bangladesh, he says. We'll get Bangladeshi builders. What are we going to be building with, eh? We'll be having iron grates on our windows. We won't have the glass. But things, they're all different building techniques. You can't just import people from other, including the EU. You can't just import builders from abroad without some level of training. For start, argument's sake, I'll get a Frenchman do my electrics for me in the UK. Well, they've all got radial systems in France, not ring mains. They've got a totally different, double insulated as well. They're a different electrical system in France. You can't have them doing your electrical work. They'll do it all wrong. They'll do it the French way. They're quite stubborn, the French as well. So yeah. Anyway, it goes across the board, then, you know. The plugs in the Netherlands not necessarily the same in there. It's just everything's changed. It's just there's that change across that channel. You can't just import labour and expect it to all be the same, because it's not. No. And the same with materials. We still have issues in the I was having problems back in mid to late 2000s with materials still haven't got over the metric system, metrification. There's still materials that there might be metric sizes, but they're actually imperial, just converted to metric. Then you've got other materials that will say 2.5 meters. We still haven't got we still have not got that sorted. You know, you need a good site foreman. Make sure you're getting all the materials from the right places. Just say I got to let my dog in. Come on. Oh, guess what I've been doing? Oh, crikey. Oh, blimey, my belly got in the way. You know, I've been listening to Darren Grimes live stream. Oh my God, that was painful. What a numpty. It's an idiot. It's got on about coups for Mr. Mohammed. There's a new dentist that we opened up, and that's coups. And said, oh, they look like migrants to me, he goes. Oh crikey, Mr. Crafty, you know what? He might spend a bit of time in the toilets on an airplane or something. I don't know what he does these days. Yeah. Anyway, where was I? After my little rant. Phil McGragan, my friend, how are you doing? Tom Barbadell is on my screen. Oh, is he? Tom Barbadell. Bombadell. Okay, wait, we got it. Pandora, stop pestering. Not you. No, oh, they are. Can make an effort. I can see your nose. Gosh, doesn't make much of an effort, does she? Great library, hello there. Where I live, all the student accommodation having cladding removed. Some of the buildings are only 1 year old. That's nuts, considering Grenfell, how long was it, 3 years ago now, or something like that? I don't know, 2019? 5 years ago? Oh God, it feels like yesterday. Alex Mad, hello my friend, I hope you're well. I thought it was the Kinks speech, and it's really got me going. Very good. Hello Gingers, I hope you're well, madam. I hope you're good. When you come see us again. Good evening everybody, says Wim. Let's get to work. Just got my doubts. I really got my doubts. I know what it takes. Worked in it long enough to know how difficult it is. Not just the work itself for the individual. Stop smoke! Hello, buddy. Hope you're right. Seat off. Seat what? Is that beard Wilton? I tell you what it's doing. It's actually purple, but it doesn't look purple, does it? I'm looking at the camera. It does not look purple. It's like a deep purple. My camera doesn't see purple, I don't think. Deep purple. Crikey, smoke on the river. So anyway, when you said you were listening to Grimes, I thought you meant Carla Retched 32. No, Darren Grimes. Crikey, there was 3 of them on there. I don't know who the other 2 people were, but crikey, oh, it was just painful. But it was so pathetic. It was funny. It was funny because it was pathetic. It really was. I'm going to scroll over there. Oh, God, you only got 18 people. Have I had any notifications go out? It's not as though I've put any more videos out today, have I? They don't like me. YouTube really doesn't like me. Not on this channel, anyway. My other channel's gone absolutely bonkers. Slow down a little bit now, but... God, one video's done over 8 million views. I'm not going to show you because it shows you my nipples. What channel's that? No, it's not OnlyFans. No, it's woodworking, believe it or not. Yeah, I was using the table saw. If Donny wins, I might be over permanently. Well, I don't know if I should say this or should say what everyone else is thinking. No, I better not. Keir said something on stage that he did. You know, Tenacious D. You know, Jack Black. People keep calling me Jack Black. So anyway, Keir, he said, better not make. This is referencing obviously Donald Trump. Better not miss next time. I think really he's saying what a lot of people are thinking, to be honest. And crikey, they cancelled the tour, Tenacious D tour. So I know it's how much all life. That man is a flippin' rapist. I've got no sympathy for him whatsoever. Sorry. No, it's just he's still alive, and his life isn't worth it. His life makes everyone else's life misery, and that's why his life isn't worth it. So don't get no sympathy from me. Sorry. And don't get hit. Boop the like button. Yeah, boop, 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 boop. You got to do it. You know, you got to do it. We'll get into some details in a minute. Yeah. I did not get a notification. Remember, only 3 notifications allowed in 24 hours period. This is the only thing I've done in 24 hours. That's how much they hate me. So yeah, I've been in the last. I have a few videos got up, and I was going to be live on Sunday, and everything went completely out the tits up. Our power keep cutting out. I know what it is now. Done it, sorted it. It's okay. Plus, the internet it caused a problem with the constant downing of the electric. The router, the orange box here, it had a hissy fit. And although I could get up on the internet, it wouldn't let me. Like, for example, if I went onto X, I couldn't look at the comments. I couldn't even go on my own website. It just wouldn't do it. There's problems with the SLL certificates, security certificates on the websites. It couldn't see them. So it went all loopy. It's all right now, that's done. Hello, Bearberg. Morning to you too. Morning, is it? Morning to you too, my friend. Hope you're well. I did not get notifications. I think they're considering that. I think they've written me off. Where was I? I was on the group chat on WhatsApp regarding me. Oh, Phil was on there, including Phil Morehouse. And it does feel a little bit like there's this honeymoon period, and everyone's got like sort of glazy-eyed, and I think everything's going to be fantastic now. It is, for Labour to be able to do what they say they're going to do, it's going to be one hell of a tough slog. I just hope people are going to understand that they might fail in a few things, even though Labour's saying, well, it's all been costed. What they're saying, it's all been costed. Yeah, right. Okay. How can you cost things? 1 minute it says all costing, the next minute we don't know what we're going to head into. We don't know what the state of the finances are. How can you cost it? Cheers. So that makes no sense to me. It's the same old same old. It's just like telling stuff to make you feel all like dreamy, feel all, give you a dopamine hit. Make you feel happier, which I get. We all feel a bit happy, don't we? Times are tough, aren't they? It's not easy to get on in life now. Maybe we won't stop there. I don't know. I'll tell you what. Something I want to say. Okay, something I want to say. All right, this is stuff. I was talking to the missus about this earlier because it's been bugging me for ages, and it's just what is it about the human race and us in general? Everyone does it. I've been known to do it as well. What is it? Why is it we're so enthralled in other people's successes without making successes of our own? Why is that? It's like, we're just looking for, like, some dopamine hit. So we're just looking for that next dopamine hit, but not ours. Somebody else's success. Flippin' Taylor Swift, for instance. Oh my god. Now, my daughter who was here last week, and she was going to be on live stream with me on Sunday. She's gone home now on Sunday, but we just couldn't do it. It just didn't work because I couldn't do any research or anything. It's just everything's just unreliable because apparently going home. It would have worked with it. I suppose I could have just done one on my phone. I suppose, but it's not the same. Anyway, my daughter was here, and she took my granddaughter to see Taylor Swift in London. 200 quid for the cheapest tickets I can get. 200 quid. That'll be funny. Normally, when you put more bums on seats, the price comes down, doesn't it? No? It seems to me they go up as far as Taylor Swift and a lot of these acts are concerned. Now, they say she's brought about 300 million into the economy. They're also saying that she's increased inflation in the country. You know? So it's probably negated itself. The thing is, why are we so enthralled in people like that? Oh, because she gave a lot of money to the food banks. So she should. She's been heiress. Crikey. There's a drop. That's like us giving the £5 the amount she gave. It's ridiculous. And then we go, oh, look what she's done. She's so fantastic. Well, she's flirting from bloody A to B constantly in that flippin' jet, which costs around 90 trees that got to mature for 10 years for every hour of flight. Really? Let's make some successes of our own. If we really want this country, the UK that is, or any country in fact, to actually succeed in life, we need to make successes for ourselves. We've got to actually want it. So we need to give people, we've got to inspire people. People need to be inspired into bettering their lives, to push ahead, to do something. Sometimes you've got to do it off your own back. Sometimes you're never going to do that by being employed. Sometimes you just got to get out there and do it yourself. But you've got to be inspired to do it. It's like losing weight. If you're like, oh, I don't know if I'd be bothered, you're going to be like that. You're never going to lose it, are you? If you're up and back, you're going to go for a run and stuff like that, and all positive about stuff, well, then, quite frankly, you'll lose weight. You just will. Been there, done that. That was yesteryear. But today has nothing matter. Another story. That's it. Another story. But the thing is, you see, we don't. It's like all I hear about today. Okay, we lost in the football. I thought we were going to anyway, and it might sound horrible, but I'm actually glad we did. I'll tell you something. The English have been unbearable. If it came home, it would have been absolutely unbearable. What they say, it's because of Brexit. We did it because of Brexit. Brexit made us win. Or something stupid like that. It was some crap. But they've been absolutely unbearable. So in some ways, I wish it wasn't the case, but in some ways, I'm quite glad they lost. Sorry. And now, Gareth Gates. Sorry. Anyway, the England manager, he's now stepped down, and that's all we're hearing about. It's like I thought he died. It's been like a tribute. It's just, what the hell? It's just, let's just do something for ourselves and actually better our own lives, and don't rely on other people to do it for us. Hopefully, those other people, such as the government, will actually make it a little bit easier to achieve something. Give us a bit of inspiration so we can achieve something. Like, for instance, if you want to go into the construction industry, provide us with the tools to be able to do so, as in the education. Don't turn flipping university construction schools into flipping booty schools. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, they're all based on foundation, but there you go. That's not really very helpful when you want to build houses. 54. My age is the average age. I'm 54 years old. Actually, yeah, end this month. And it's I'm the average age construction worker in the UK. And we're all either retiring or dying or becoming incapacitated. And we ain't got the youngsters coming into it, and I don't blame them. Why would they want to? Quite frankly. So how are we going to do it? How are we going to build all these homes? I don't see it. I'm a bit of a realist, and it's not. Now, I know that Mark Speaker's fanny's on the tools, and I'm sure he has, times where, oh, my back is killing me, and that's the start of it all. I've been on there from the hand drills all day. My fingers are getting trigger fingered. Well, that's your tendons buggering up. You get nodules on your tendons. Oh, yeah, you got all this padding and stuff now, you see. Vibration control. Bollocks. Doesn't work. No, it's better, but it doesn't get rid of it completely. I'm a whingy cunt, and I'm sorry, but I am, and I'm so negative at the moment. Oh, the vote was, can the stop the Tories vote? Yes. Yes. I get it. That was protest vote. Just like Brexit was a protest vote. 2019 was get Brexit done vote. People voting because they believe strong. They believe strong enough to they're determined just to get rid of the Tories. Everything's gone bad since they've been in power. So get mad. But Labour's going to have to succeed somehow. But how? Now, there's more to this bill of theirs than just the construction. But everything starts and ends with building and construction. People need to live somewhere, and that and food. Need somewhere to live. So, now, I've been at long enough, right? I've seen recessions. Different types. Yeah, one when I was first entered the trade bank, 88, 7, that was shit hit the flat fan, and I just got into the trade. House prices plummeted. All of a sudden, there's no work for anybody. And in that financial crash, all the building sites just stopped like that. Overnight, stopped. No more building. All they were doing was facilitating the house that already was sold. Get them finished, get the money in the bank. And that's all they were doing. The rest of it, they just sat. They got the money to do it. There's my hat. Oh, give me my hat back. We got it. There you go. I feel naked about hats. I do. I always wear hats. Me. I like hats. I've got so many. So, yeah, where was I? My hat just mysteriously flew off my head. And it did. So, Labour are the party of change, though. That's why they are continuing Tory objection on Netanyahu addressed warrant at the ICC and also continuing the 2-child cap. I think they're going to have to go back. They're getting a lot of in-party fighting on that, aren't they? Already. So they've got problems on that one, the 2-child cap on Universal Credit. Universal Credit, isn't it? Is that right? Yeah. I haven't followed too much recently, so. Anyway, I had my daughter here and my little grandchild, little Freddie. Funny little devil he is. Yeah, I have to admit, it was a pleasure for a change. He was a lovely little boy. And in 2 weeks' time, I've got my other grandchildren coming. And my little Grace is going to be staying with us an extra 2 weeks. So she's going to be in live streams with me. Yeah. And she's such a dude. So, which now makes 2-child cap Labour policy. Yeah. 4 million a year, and that's a lot of crisps. What? Oh, Tom Bombadil. Oh, is a Lord of the Rings character, by the way. Very cheerful and joyful. Wears a hat and a beard. Oh, okay. I'll boycott that now. No, that's it. No, I'm talking about Harry Potter. There we go. I've been dying each time to get home for a while. Fingers are good. Back is on its way out. See? Construction industry for you. Why would anyone want to do it? I would not recommend any of my kids getting into it. Or any of my grandchildren. I said, don't do it. If you're going to, for me, woodwork, I love my woodwork. But when you do it under duress, when you do it under duress, because you've got to earn a wage, and then you get the pressure put on, you can sort of, some of it's piecework and some of it isn't. Some of it's, you've got to meet your quotas and stuff. Got to fit so many doors a day, or, put so many trusses on a day, or whatever it might be. It's knackering. It really is knackering. I remember the times when 2x3 by 2 inch, 2 foot by 3 foot and 2 inch thick pressed pavement slabs. They're called, some people call them the council slabs. But those blooming things. And they flipping acreages of that stuff. That kills you. These days you have machines that drop them into place. When I was doing it, you're literally doing it by hand and lowering them in. Yeah. We've got to look at other ways to build these houses, and people are not the ones going to be doing it. I don't think so. I don't think we're going to be able to get these houses built if we're going to be relying on skills, traditional skills and trades. I think we're going to have to be looking at other means. I think we're going to have to look at PEP buildings, not PEP buildings, PEP panel buildings. Prefabricated buildings built in the factory to high standard. They're like hoof houses and stuff like that, there's German houses sort of on the grand designs. Those sort of properties where they can be built in the factory in controlled conditions by machines. If you have to build that many houses, and then you've got to take it out of the hands of the construction firms because they're not going to build that many houses. They're not going to do it. Why would they shoot themselves in the foot? It doesn't make any logical sense. They are a business. They're not a social exercise. They're a business. What we need is a social exercise to build those houses. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. I really just can't see it. People are different these days. People have different aspirations these days. When I was growing up, I wanted to be, a carpenter, joiner, or whatever, At the time, it's Menuisier, but cabinet maker. That's what I was interested in. And also, I wanted to be doing photography. When I was younger, I wanted to be an astronaut. That was never going to happen. But that's what we aspired to. Now, a little village near us, a place called South Walsham. We used to live in Salhouse. A little village not far from us called South Walsham. There was the parish council. For years, they had a fund. Right? I don't know what it's like now, but at the time, they had a fund. And that fund was for any person going into an apprenticeship or any kind of training would get £300 worth. It went up, like when I was there, it's £300. Not there, but when would that have been? About 2000. When last time I was talking about it's about 2003, 2004. It was still available, and they were getting about £300-400 just so they can buy their first tools. Okay, that's a lot less when it was first started. It's very, very old, like legacy type thing. That sort of thing, you see, it's kind of helping them get into it, but the cost of the education now and everything, it's just not, it's not feasible for people. You still, when you training skills, you still got to pay for the education. It's not free, unless you go to Scotland. And how are we going to train that many people quick enough? And it's not the training itself. It doesn't stop with the training. It never stops in construction industry or any skills-based industry. You learn by being on the tools. You really do. And being with somebody who's already been on the tools, you need to be teamed up with somebody good. So you don't learn bad habits. So the idea that we're going to just spring on these homes, that we're going to change the way that we build them. It's not be funny, but the way we're building homes these days, they're not built for longevity. They're not. All those places you see being popped up all over the place, you'll be lucky for the last 100 years. You'll be very lucky. They're all dry lined. All going to be prone to dry rot. Not very well thought out. And it's all because they just want to try and fit a kind of what we call, I suppose, what we consider as being the perfect home, the traditional home or whatever. They're not traditional homes. Okay, you might have a bit of, I don't know, English bond brickwork in it, or maybe a bit of Flemish bond. Most will be stretcher bond, or maybe a few headers put in there just to make it a little bit more fancy. 6 with fake columns on the front of the house, and all of a sudden you've got this wonderful home, Tudor style or something. Slap a few bits of wood on the front that are still green, and they all end bending all over the facade of the property, barge balls and stuff like that. It just looks like shit in no time at all, and it doesn't last. None of the stuff does. Whereas the old council houses in the 1930s, they were built to last. And they will last 100, 200 years. They just last forever. Provided maintained, of course. There's no reason why they shouldn't. Proper built properties. So if we're building properties now on the fact that they're not going to last, why are we building them that way? Single skin block work with a little bit of cladding on it and the dry lining on the inside and stuff, and they're so tiny. Doesn't make any sense. All these sites in the last 20 odd years, all the same. Het 2O plumbing in there, which is basically plastic pipe for all your plumbing. Half the flip pipe work doesn't even have any kind of logic behind it. You can't tell where you can put a picture on the wall and you stick a little nail in the plaster, or you can pierce a pipe for central heating. Because it's all over the place. They just flop about all over the place. Horrendous. No logic to it, apart from saving money. Capitalism, I suppose, isn't it? Yeah, it's all about making money. It kind of has to be, because that's kind of how the system works. No one seems to want quality anymore. I love the music, and with vinyl and all that. I like it because to me, it feels like it's analog, most of it. And it's kind of like, what is analog? It's more of how it's recorded originally, in its raw state. Whereas these days, everything's overly digitized. And then we slap them on our mobile phones at, ridiculously low bit rates to save space. And expect it all to sound fantastic. Oh, I'll tell you what, we'll have a free Spotify account. And it's all going to sound fantastic. It just seems to me that no one really wants quality anymore. I say no one, that's sort of everybody in the same brush, but it's not the case, obviously. But it's definitely gone that way. That's still my thing. I think it's a bit sad. Mark's the biggest fan. I have been on Grand Designs 3 times. Really? Very briefly. And was just on a project that was filmed for Discovery Channel too. It must be your looks. I keep choosing you. Yeah. Just in the background though. Have you got a good silhouette? Is that how the sun sets? Your silhouette. No. Construction firms are equivalent to Thames Water. They are. They are. At the end of the day, it's about money. And many of these large construction firms, obviously, they rely on investment to buy the land, to invest in the properties and stuff like that. Shareholders, again. Yeah, wooden prefab houses, they don't have to be horrible. In fact, they're very efficient. 3D printed houses, I was actually going to mention them and I forgot. There's like a big nozzle. Like 3D printing, like with plastic wire and what have you. But I mean, in fact, the nozzle squirting out mortar, creating all the walls. It looks like the ice of the cake. But they're brilliant. They're brilliant. That's the thing about it is you've got very little. When you build a house, you've got obviously your mortar, you've got all the additives, you've got all the obviously your aggregates. You're going to have the cement, Portland cement, and maybe you have some lime or whatever you're going to be using on that particular building. Obviously, all the other stuff involved as well. But you've got this thing squirting this nozzle out. All that stuff is like it's like one big mush inside the nozzle being squirted out, and it saves a lot of aggro. All this other stuff has to be sourced, and more often than not, I don't know if Mark Speaker's fans found this as well. Now, one of my friend, the one who's working in London, is saying that one of the most annoying things and cost problems that increase the cost of the projects is the fact they can't either. Well, a couple of things. One is they can't always get the materials when they need them, so that causes problems with the trades. The trades turn up, there's no materials for them. The other thing is getting the trades to follow on one to the next. And the bigger firms don't have quite so much because they have a lot more power, you see. But the smaller construction firms have a lot more trouble with that. And even the smaller, the two guys in a van kind of thing, building a lot, doing extensions or whatever, they are left out in the lurch because they can't get that job done because the big firms have bought it from up. So regarding keeping the money flowing in the country is quite difficult. And many of these bigger firms, like the Wilton Homes, what have you, they've got foreign investors. Where does that money go? It goes abroad. Buggers off. All starts and finishes with the construction industry. That also with hospitality and regarding holidays and stuff like that. Well, in case of recession, what do you cut? Well, one thing is housing becomes impossible because you can't guarantee your wage, so that becomes a bit of a problem regarding the mortgage. Mortgage companies don't, like they did in the housing crash. They just like, hang on, we're not giving any mortgages out at the moment because of that. Everything froze. People couldn't survive. Many of those people who were working on the tools in these construction firms, they decided that, well, when they decided that, in fact, they lost their jobs. They end up working at the back of the car to earn a food bob. And all that does is affect the two guys in the van. Also, they can't afford to. So their quotes are too high and they get priced out of the market because the little guy in his car is doing it for half the price, half the cost, because he's trying to feed his family. So I don't blame these people, but it's obviously a knock-on effect. It's it must be it is soul destroying, and even people now is just we want to get ahead. Oh, don't go out of there. I was an apprentice pattern maker. Oh, is your name Keir Starmer? Or Keir Starmer's father? And the accuracy for that woodwork was over the top. Yeah, it has to be, doesn't it? You have to get your verniers out and your micrometers. For me, it would be lasers. So whenever I did one of these overcladding jobs, I had to do a survey first. And we had the survey company do a survey, and then I had to do another survey because we matched two together. And it's just all done with lasers. It's really easy. Basically, see if the building's straight, vertical. It's not the entire piece or something stupid. So you know about when you're installing the clad and the brackets and all that sort of stuff. So, where was I? What do you think about who's changing channel from his personal YouTube page to Labour Social, and that's Labour Politics. Politics Social. Sorry. Well, he's gone to Politics Social because so they can scrutinise the government. Social when Labour were obviously winning. It was literally that. The other thing is, the Labour Party didn't really engage with the channel. They didn't even engage with Phil's either. Phil Morehouse, and he got a huge amount of following. They don't want to. They don't want to endorse anything they've got no control of. I don't know if you can control Graham Hughes. He did ask me actually to go talk about construction on Sunday, but I go live Sundays, so that was kind of no for me. So what I think about it, I suppose up to them. To be honest, a lot of these things. I think we worry too much what's going on in the world. I think sometimes we've got to just look after ourselves and our families. But I don't. Sometimes we get so hung up on. I got hung up on Brexit, and I still am hung up on Brexit. I just think it's just such an oxymoron. It's just ridiculous. And I think sometimes you've got to think about your family and just say sod it. What will be, will be. We've got the control. If you don't think we've got control, if you think your vote is going to give you control, bugger it. Those, no. Yes, you got a different government now. Good. Things you got the control over them. Oh, we can vote them out in the next 5 years. Okay. All right. Long wait, and that not going to happen 5 years. You could be homeless. Pretty good, sure. I've seen better built bird hides at my local nature reserve. Yes, I won't be a bit surprised. Yeah, because these flipping homes these days are terrible. I would never buy a new house. Never. Unless I had to. Unless someone's going to give me one. Maybe I'll be tempted then. Anyone going to give me a new house? I don't get people I like, bun. Apparently, it helps Chandler, They do all the help I can get. Because they don't like giving me notifications, do they? No. Bloody hell. That's really annoying. I've got 20 people there at the moment. That's well under. I should have done vertical format. Do you know what? I did vertical format on my woodworking channel the other day. I had 600 people watching. It's just falling onto the channel me being a brat, basically. Was it Reform that said that they would bring back 11 plus grammar schools? Oh my god, my father-in-law did 11 plus. 11 plus grammar school with very limited university spaces, and everyone else will do schools linked to apprenticeships. Now, schools linked to apprenticeships, I don't think it's a bad idea. It's what they do here in France. Like, for instance, if you're going to what they call college here, it's like secondary school, you'd basically go on to do something that is in the field that you're interested in, whether it be a farmer, for instance, or you do some skills-based activity or engineering or something. You know, it's all geared towards it. Puts you in the right direction. It makes sense. The only thing is, people do, kids do change their mind. You know, they might have made the wrong choice. So I don't know if there's provision to change. I don't know. So anyway, back to chat. Where are we? Yes, it was reform. Yeah, they've been saying a lot of things. Longer down Grimes, he voted for reform. There are bricklaying robots now. Yes, there is. There's and blocklaying as well. The problem is they can't do the details. They can't do the details yet. They can do the lines, like straight lines of brickwork, and also include the windows and shit like that. But they can't. When it gets a bit complicated, you've got to go back onto the tools. Now, anyone who knows anything about bricklaying, you rack out your corners, and then once they've gone off a bit, you can then use a line, build to a line. But there's all sorts of gadgets available to make it easier, like bed laying, screed things you slap on the top of your brickwork, run your bed down and scrape it off, then move it along, lay it through blocks, and work along that way. But you still got true roofing up. Oh, Mark's biggest fan. Cheers, buddy. That didn't go off. Why didn't it go off? Is it off again? Have I got something off? Get noticed. No, not that one. No, where are we? Where is it? Alright, look. I can't see it. No, it's on. It's on. Right, because my audio's down. Cheers, buddy. Cheers, Mark's biggest fan. I got you. Thank you. Go back on there. Ha! Oh yes. Is that a soup? I don't know. It's a soup pair. What? No, superheroes shouldn't have a cape. They get sucked in by the jet engines. They shouldn't have a cape. No. Phil has still been 99% on why the Tories are bad post-election. He has nothing to say on why Labour are good, as he hasn't for over 18 months. I don't know. To be honest, I just think I'm fairly confident that things are going to get better. Whether they meet their pledges, I got my doubts, even though they say they will. Problem is, if you say too many times that yes, we're going to be able to do this because we're costing everything and God as well, as they say, but people would expect it of you, and if they don't expect it of you, then if you don't meet that expectation and then obviously you'll fall short, you're going to have it thrown in your face. I think you need caveats. No capes. Yes, Chuck James, no capes. Oh dear. Light mode is a sure sign of disturbed mode. Why is that in light mode when everything else in here is in dark mode? That's a good point. Everything else, I've got everything else. I'm like, my YouTube Studio's in dark mode. Well, YouTube's in dark mode, but the chats come up in light mode. Oh well, never mind. Dark mode's a really good idea. It saves your battery on your phone, on your devices. Nick says Labour won't be creating much growth while maintaining their red lines. Yes. Customs union, single market, freedom of movement. The freedom of movement is packaged into all of them anyway, so you can't have one without the other. Barnier and the Commission have welcomed a reset, but point out, yes, I heard that. His book is very good, actually, by the way. But point out the scope is limited by the UK's red lines. That's the same what, oh, God's sake, what's his name? Oh, the one who's drunk all the while, apparently. Oh, have I got that anywhere? Got his name in the EU. Not anymore. Von der Leyen took over his job. Look. Not there. Anyway, there was an interview with him about Brexit. and it was quite enlightening, really. And the view is, yes, but you're more than welcome to rejoin, but you've got to meet all the criteria, you know, and the criteria is tough for new for countries sort of, as new members. The criteria is very, very tough. You know, 1993, not a Copenhagen criteria for a start. You know, we already failed if they could abide by that one. The fact that our debt is too high. You know, even though countries in the EU, its debt is already too high. You know, so many countries have managed to maintain or improve upon their GDP after the pandemic, but the UK is stagnant. Is what little growth we've had has been tiny. One month seems to negate the next, and then you've got the fact that we haven't got much profit margin in that GDP. Very little profit margin at all. So it's some bit of a pointless exercise, really, even look at it. It's too depressing. Now, regarding obviously getting people back into work, the UK is sort of like been dragging its heels on that as well. We're going post-pandemic. The amount of people we've lost, we've actually got more. We haven't been able to encourage enough people back into work post-pandemic. You know, Italy's the worst. It's horrendous. Italy's a situation regarding getting people back to work. France is a bit better. Germany's a bit better. Ireland has gone through the roof with their growth regarding trades and skills. I think I had something about that here. Actually, somewhere. Where is it? Is it here? Ireland. Oh, here we go. So, is that the one? Is that one? UK and changing Europe. Oh, here we go. Found it. Right, let's put that. Which one is it? I've got to go over there. Let me show you. Right. While UK workforce activity has recovered to pre-pandemic levels, I know it's very tiny. Will it format? Make it a bit bigger? Just. Yes, it does. Right, that's 200%. The graph's the same size, mine. So while the workforce activity has recovered to pre-pandemic levels, it's still behind most of the EU regarding people back to work. Now, that lowest one there is actually Italy. Then we got the UK. Now, Italy got really badly hit with the pandemic. Well, you can remember when they were all sort of like locked in their houses and stuff in their flats, singing to each other. And then we had Germany. Then the EU 27. They keep telling us that it's so terrible, don't they? The Tories. You tell them people that they believe all this shit. They don't do their own fact check. And then we've got France. I can't see what the next one is, to be honest. France and another country, which I can't see, is too tiny. And then the Netherlands and then Ireland. So UK is the only major European economy alongside Italy whose workforce remains around or below its pre-pandemic levels. The UK's workforce trajectory, however, has been somewhat smoother than Italy's. The UK did not experience nearly as sharp a drop during the lockdown. Like Italy, it's like, crikey, what's going on over there, wasn't it? Indeed, the UK's workforce not only contracted at the slower rate than that of the witnessed in Italy, but also less than in Ireland and France and Spain. We lost 4 million people, and 2 million have dropped off from the workplace. It's not just that they changed what they're doing. I used to be on the tools, and then what we're doing now, I'm making silly YouTube videos. I'm still doing more what have you here, but not to the degree I was doing before. Nowhere near. Brexit really killed my business. I lost my workforce. No, my customer base, sorry. Purple Mangini next year. There's a little purple to you, because what I can see, it doesn't. It's like my camera's not picking up purple. I've got something else that's purple here. No, I haven't. Damn. There's something purple. So I can see if it's actually picking up the purple, or if it's just how lights reflect on my beard. Good night, Jimbo. It's early. I voted for Brexit out of an electorate of only 17.4 million people voted for Brexit out of an electorate of 45 million. Yet we are constantly told the country voted for. I know. That's democracy for you, isn't it? Yeah, unfortunately. Screwed everything up. Purple Mankini. Ooh, yeah. Marx is trying to do the blue dress thing, said Harry the cat. Marx is trying to gaslight us into believing his black beard is purple. You saw me put it on. I dyed my beard like my daughter did, and she was so flipping slow. It's like one side is like getting all, it's like gone a bit dry. It's like it's got to snap off. That was in too long, I think. Labour cannot choose single market membership. It's not up to them. No, and other things Starmer don't. Well, they do realise. They know all this stuff. Of course, they will know it. He's not stupid. It's just that he knows he can tell people what they want because they're so gullible they'll listen to anything. But 14 years of Tories have been exactly the same things been going on, and people have just been lapping it up. Say it enough times, it becomes true. Unfortunately, it just means he's another liar. If that's the case, they say lie, but don't they, or whatever. I just want them to succeed. I want the Labour Party to do well. We don't have a situation we end up with reform next. Oh my God, that'd be terrible. I thought old Farage was going to be going to hold the orange one's hand beside his bed, but as he recovered from his little air, yeah. It's funny that he had T-shirts printed the same day, isn't it? It's a bit bizarre about that, you know. And it's funny that all of a sudden the blood on his face and the flag that's behind his head. How would that come from? It wasn't there, though, in the video. Yeah. All about you, oh crikey! They're disgusting people, aren't they? They really are. Now we've got that other geese now, his second in command with his, saying that the UK is an Islamic state. It's going to be the first Islamic state with nuclear weapons. Islamic. Yeah. That's what he said. Something like that, wasn't it? Oh my God. Hello, Joe Lefty. Hope you're well. I'm very disappointed with Labour, especially with Wes Streeting. So me too. I'm not a lover of Wes Streeting anyway. I've been saying it for ages. I don't trust him. My mother said to me, when I was a boy, said, never drive a green car because it's unlucky. Although I've had a green car, that was a Triumph Dolomite, that was a brilliant car, but there you go. And she also said, don't trust anyone who's got their eyes too close together. I have to admit, Keir Starmer's eyes are quite close together. So we're Streetings. Don't trust him. Is that a thing? Do you think that's a thing? Yeah, purple beard has done a rudder. Yeah, it's not purpley at the moment. It doesn't look that. Damn it, looks almost brown in there, like a dark brown, with like a bit of a blue rinse going on. And also, I think that's also quite strange. You see that side there? Can you see what's grown back? It's already started growing. I'm getting roots already, but that side isn't.
Smaller in number, are we? But larger in mind.
How can it be? That's bizarre. Oh, cheers, Alison Keir. Hello, my friend. Wally made funds. Yeah, I do. That's quite funny, didn't it? We just had some delivered today. Oh, yeah. That was quite a good job because Sebastian. I've got Wally over there. Look, there's Wally. Sebastian's been suffering a little bit recently because he's had water in the lung. Because Sebastian's got a heart disease and he's getting water in the lung. Wally's got a heart murmur and getting water in the lung. But Wally's not been too bad. Apart from he had 2 fits this week. Already it was pretty scary. Quite bad ones as well. And Sebastian's been coughing a lot because they cough to get the water off the lung, basically. So yeah, I just try and manage it with the medication, really. So thank you very much, Alistair. It is really appreciated. And I'm sure if Wally was awake, he'd appreciate it as well. But look at you. Those dogs are so spoiled, I tell you. They get away with murder. Wally sleeps on a bed. There's I because he's getting old, I haven't got the heart to say, no, get in your basket. It's just, he comes on the bed and he snuggles up beside me. And then the men, what happens is he takes over the bed. He goes like, sideways, right? And there's me and Caroline, my legs out of the bed. No, I've not got a bad back. Burn bread. Ah, Wally Medfunds just in from. Oh, was Regan live? Was he live tonight? Was he? I thought he was live tomorrow because I'm going to be on with Regan tomorrow, I believe. Oh, he's on quite a bit, Regan, isn't he? So, Mark was looking forward to you and his live chat tomorrow night. Yeah, a bit of fun. Regan's a nice lad, he is, and hasn't he come a long way? He really has. He's done really, really well, as Regan. Joe, hello, my friend. Hope you're well. Betty Kershaw. Hello, Blackbeard. Was over at Regan Elites and still modding another channel. Blimey. My mum always said, never trust a man with a beard. Not you, though. What they say about politicians, you know, I mean, they get politicians with beard, or very witty. Actually, did the guy with the NHS geezer, old Attlee, didn't he have a beard? Oh yeah, and Corbyn, he had a beard. Maybe that's why no one trusted him. Yeah, but beard isn't purple enough, though. That's what it was purple, and it seems, I don't know, is it starting to fade already? Oh wow, cheers, buddy. Nice one. Gifted 5 All Shorts memberships. Queen Ivy, Susan DeWitt. Oh, Geordie, and Doc Davies, Not Bish. Cool. Oh, it takes 20 years off me. Is that what happens if we shave it off as well? I'm only 54. I'm a broken 54, but I'm only 54. But then Miss, she's 62. Daddy 61. Yeah, 62. I keep forgetting her age. Oh, that's quite funny. There's Caroline. She's quite fit, and you know, she's out there in the garden, likes to walk and all sorts of stuff. My daughter's just okay. She just had a baby, and little Freddie, and for someone who's usually very active, she's after having Freddie, what having, but she put quite a bit of weight. Well, she didn't any heavier, but she's put on a lot of weight. When she's pregnant, and it's obviously makes it a struggle to get to walk. Then you see, and yeah, Caroline is like running around all over the place, and my daughter's struggling a bit. Eat more beetroot. Look at purple. I eat lots of beetroot actually. I like grated beetroot in my salads. I do. We grow it as well, so it's proper. So brain food it is, and I need it. I tell you, my brain's wasting away. It is. It's what Brexit lager because it turns you to mush. It really does. Keir, the cereal gifter, has struck again. Harris Dumb Keir. Thanks, my friend. Well, I bought a membership. Can I paint my bed too? Do it. Oh, Joe's got a beard, but apparently his beard is straight. It hangs straight. Whereas mine's got like a Brillo. It's sort of like, it's quite dense. Really dense, actually, isn't it? It looks like it's stuck on. Yay! Super Tiny 808. If you shave it to a point and change the hat for a hood, you could pick up V and Vendetta. Yeah, that'd be cool. Got a little V bit here as well, haven't you? Regan is. What? What's that about? Oh, see. Okay. It's still too short to drop. For now, it glues to the face. Now, when you first start with the bed, it's really annoying and kind of like jabby. Don't mind it though. It's sort of like, but I need to find a better dye, one that stays purple, because that's definitely not purple. Not looking like that, isn't. I can't see at the moment. The mirror here. That'll do. It's purple. What are you on about? It's definitely purple. It's not, maybe not bright purple. Right. Right, where were we? Right, so anyway, there wasn't just about obviously housing and stuff like that, which I think is a little bit of a problem. That's a big, huge problem, it should be fair. But, is that the one? Oh, there we are. Oh, God, look at him there. They look so sweet. Yeah, he's like a king, you know. Yeah, yeah, with the plebs. So, yes, planning reform, workers' rights, pensions changes from central pillars of Labour's legislative agenda, apparently. Oh, look at them two together. Oh, they must really love each other. He doesn't want to be there, does he? He really doesn't want to be there. And listening to him actually do the speech, he's. I don't think he doesn't sound very happy about this the planning agenda, as if that's going to make any difference. There's so many other things holding it back construction UK. I think that's a tiny part of the problem. And it really worries me that they're talking about building on grey belt land, which is basically if you've got green belt land, it's like, for instance, if there's a car park on or something like that, or land, so it's within the green belt area, but it's a plot of land that isn't really have much value. The problem is with that is that the effect of that it will have a rollover effect on all the surrounding areas. How are you going to provide it with infrastructure if it's an island within a green belt? How's that going to work? I was quite pleased when they said about, going to more pylons. Yes. More electricity pylons to get the electricity from the north to the south. How are they going to achieve all this stuff? How are you going to get all the materials to all this stuff? How are you going to get the money? Without borrowing. How much will it cost, he says? Yeah, really? How? Is it all going to be done non-dom? Or do not? No? Okay. Oh, it's a wife. I got a wife here. Right.
I Keir messaged me to say, and then she asked me to leave me a message. They called an ambulance straight away. So he's burnt or anything. He's transferring to a burn unit.
Oh, have you heard? Is it okay? My little grandson Bushy's just had a barbecue accident. How old is he now, Caroline?
Oh, his hands, his palms, and his fingers. One.
He's 1 year old and he's got. Did it for the third degree or what?
One.
They got transferred to a burns unit.
Yeah.
So that's obviously very severe burns on his hands. Where the hell did he leave him?
Yeah, Ken was doing a barbecue. He went to the loo, and Richie was in the house. So one of the girls opened the door and he went outside.
Bugger. That ain't good. Poor little bugger. Yeah, he's not my king either. But yeah, so my little grandson's got a really bad burns, hasn't he? Yeah, yeah, no, that's a bit of a worry. A bit. Oh yeah.
It's his hands. It's his hands on the palms and his fingers.
Hands, palms,
Both
fingers.
his hands, palms.
Tiny little hands. He's only a year old.
Both his hands. He touched the barbecue.
Why is I know the accidents happen, don't they? But crikey, we used to be really tough on things like that.
I'll tell you.
Oh, damn. Oh, that's a worry. Oh. And Queen and Queen Camilla Burger. Are you talking about the sausage fingers? Oh, crikey. Porky, yeah, thanks, Joel. Yeah, it's a bit of a worry, that is, isn't it? He's supposed to be coming over in 3 weeks as well. So, might be coming with bandages on his hands. poor little bastard. Yeah, Ches Anstorm, yeah. Hello everyone, try not to be impolite. Yeah, oh, blimey. Crikey. So, you've got 40 odd bills, as Keir Starmer in like 40 bills intended to take that. Obviously, these bills are going to be going through is like, there'll be one after the other. It's only 40 bills, is it? It's going to be, you know, in little packages, I imagine. They still won't take very long, is it? Why bother voting? You know, you might just say, oh, that'll do. Sign it. Executive signature. That's it. We've got such a majority. It just becomes an exercise, doesn't it? So 40 bills intended to take the brakes off Britain in the King's speech. The thing is take the brakes off Britain. These are just words. It doesn't mean anything. I haven't seen anywhere where there's any substance in these bills. How are we going to do it? There's nothing there. And when they're asked, it's the same rhetoric every time. It's just the same old stuff. And it seems, oh yeah, planning. It's all about the planning. It's not about planning. Planning is an issue, obviously. You know, but it does worry me that we're going to end up building on land that really rubbish houses. That's the thing. On land that we could be using for better properties, more practical properties. We should be living in tubes. Yeah. King Charles III arrived at Westminster. Yes. Probably, yeah. I didn't see the bit. Was he in his carriage? In his golden carriage? Yeah. Cheers, Joe. After yeah, it is a bit of a. It is a worry. If it's any consolation, my partner's 4-year-old granddaughter burned her hand, but she's fine now. Cheers. Yeah. Yeah. He's going to be scarred, isn't he? Prime Minister hailed the measures as evidence that he is serious about promoting growth, and Labour claims the package is bigger than the one introduced by Tony Blair's new government in 1997. Difference is Tony Blair, he had some scope to borrow. Is there any scope to borrow? No, he did say that there's no plans to increase taxes on working people, which obviously that's a good thing. I just don't see it going to do it about borrowing. Obviously, they can save some money, obviously, but you know, as long as it's not from areas that. Okay, they could have saved what was it, 300 or 400 million or whatever it was, if Rwanda never happened. And now we've got people on the Bibi Stockholm that are, well, on hunger strike. What's happening with that? No one's talked about that recently. We don't know what's going on. All I know is that the inmates are having a hunger strike because of the way they're being treated. We need to process these people, not like peas. But we need to process these people and to get them into the workforce. If you want to build these houses, we need people. And then we need to look at how we're going to get the materials, and then we're going to have to look how we're going to get the industry to invest in it. I don't think we will. I think we need. I really do sincerely believe we need a nationalised building strategy, where we have. Oh, there could be subcontractors and stuff, but like it's a bit GB Energy, but do it for building. Where we build houses and set in different areas. Say every region has its own building strategy regarding some sort of building firm. Even for public sector as well as private sector, both to the lot. Make money for the country that stays in the country. That sounds all very insular, doesn't it? But I've said this before. We need people who invest money abroad. We need them to invest money in the UK. Give them incentives to do so. And those who invest money from abroad into the UK, when they take their money out again, tax them. It's not happening at the moment. It's not even from Jeff Bezos. He's operating here in the EU. Don't pay no corporation tax in the EU. 0 rated. It's ridiculous. You were here a minute ago, girl. And Dora, she wants treats again. Which one treats? And Sebastian. Got all three of them now. And there's Wally. Right. Don't pick up the soap. And it's all about improving workers' rights and stuff like that. Well, yeah, that needs to be done. The last government wanted to get rid of workers' rights. Jacob Rees-Mogg wants us all to be serfs. And it's like these people are not in high positions such as Prime Minister or Chancellor, such as Richie Sunak. We all know about what happened to Garden, because I've said so many times about Mrs. Wordsmith, Chatamurti's business. One of failed, went bankrupt, along with $1.5 million of money from the COVID loans. It wasn't the only business. She had another one, like something fitness, it was called. I can't remember what it was called now. But she had a fitness company that also went bankrupt. Got a COVID loan. That's like inside track. It's like, there's definitely conflict of interest there somewhere. What do you say? Hopefully we're not going to be having any more of that. So that'll be a saving. 400 billion got added to the debt for COVID. And a considerable amount of that money, we got a clue what's been going on. Old Hard-on, Died-on, whatever her name is, Pippinell, up 36 billion, whatever it was, something like that sort of money. Will we ever really know how much it is? So, unions welcome to commitments. I was listening to Mick Lynch of the Rail Workers Union, RMT, and he seems quite hopeful. And he's not usually hopeful, is he? The unions welcome the commitments on workers' rights and equal pay, with Paul Nowak, General Secretary of the Trades Union Congress, describing the speech as a serious statement of intent to begin repairing and rebuilding Britain. Now, some people say to me, promise high, and if you fail, at least you get somewhere near, aren't you? Yeah, I agree in some ways. But also, that's where you get criticised. You then give the opposition too much ammunition. That's my point of view, anyway. So, the Planning and Infrastructure Bill. So, a Planning Infrastructure Bill would permit potential obstacles to new developments in designated areas. So, limit the potential obstacles. Also, remove the veto of people's veto. So, if you don't want that, if you NIMBYism, I suppose. If you don't want that being built in the bottom of your garden, you're not going to be able to protest against it. You have no say. That feels a little bit wrong, really. I think you at least have a say and be able to get your point across. So 15 bills are grouped under the heading Economic Stability and Growth and feature a draft measure on audit reform and corporate governance, including revamped regulator after a series of scandals. So, one minute. Some 15 bills are grouped under the heading audit reform done already. Pension and schemes bill would introduce changes to help 15 million people who save in private sector pension schemes to get better outcomes from their pension assets, releasing more cash for investment in the economy. Investment has to be in some sort of growth sector, such as construction, doesn't it, really? On the regulation of AI, artificial intelligence. The government will launch a consultation on legislation to place requirements on those working to develop the most powerful artificial intelligence models. Right, does it actually tell us anything? No, it doesn't. So detail. The creation of a state-owned GB Energy Group to back the green transition. Obviously, we need to be able to get the power from the green energy. Local production is what we will be doing. Now, they've just got rid of the law of the spacey state that we no onshore solar farms and stuff, and they've just reversed that. Well, I don't think you should be doing that. I don't think you should be building solar farms necessarily on farmland. We should be building them on or place them on top of roofs that are some that are already there, or maybe building canopies. Everywhere's getting hotter anyway. It'd be quite nice to have some shade for our cars, wouldn't it? Even in the UK, they're doing it in France. If you have over 80 car parking spaces on a car park here in France, you have to put half of it to solar. It makes perfect sense. They're popping up all over the place here. That's local production. That electricity doesn't have to be shifted all the way up to, I don't know, Paris. That get used locally, and that reduces demand on the network, on the infrastructure, the national grid. Devolved powers for English regions over economic development. Devolved powers for what about British regions? What about Scotland? Are they getting more devolved powers? Powers to bring rail services under state control when franchises expire. I think that's a good thing. I think it should be done anyway. I really do. Nationalised companies for national structures, infrastructures. It just seems madness. New legal powers for the Office of Budget Responsibility, Fiscal Watchdog. What legal powers, though? It doesn't tell you anything. A clampdown on polluting water companies and sanctions on bosses. What does that actually mean? What level? They brought a bill through, the Tories did, regarding the water companies and Environment Act, and it did nothing. In fact, got worse. A bill to throw remaining 92 hereditary pairs out of the House of Lords, but that's a start. We're going to get rid of the rest, please. Starmer will also pick up 3 bills that were introduced by the former Prime Minister, Richie Sunak. One is the Martin's Law as well, which is good. Regarding like terrorism and stuff like that. A phase ban on smoking. Reform sees he's regarding Richie Sunak's idea, not allowing kids to be able to buy cigarettes and stuff. They'll still get them, obviously. And reforms to give renters more rights and the creation of new football regulators. I think the kid thing regarding smoking is actually quite a good idea, because if it's not easy for them and they don't start, well, maybe they will never. You might. I think you'll reduce it, wouldn't you? It's got to help. Sunak, I'm not a smoker. I never smoked, so that's easy for me to say, isn't it? Sunak, the Conservative Party's interim leader, has said he will provide effective opposition. To be fair, I was listening to Sunak today in the Commons, and I thought he made it all right. He had a bit of a robotic moment, but on most of it felt quite natural, because he's not having to act, I suppose. Especially that he knows he's going to bugger off. They're not going to worry from, is it? Oh, so the Labour Party promised no tax rises on working people. No plans for tax rise beyond what's in their manifesto. And full knowledge of the public finances, Sunak said. They can't now claim things are worse than they thought and renege on these pledges. That's a good point, though, isn't it? They can't, can they? So if they fail, they'll just be a failure. A potentially more dangerous threat to Starmer comes not from the depleted Conservative Party, depleted, almost extinct, but from its own benches. It's over their child cap. I mentioned it earlier. Yeah, 2 child benefit cap. Labour Party is also they're going to put that some amendments in the King's Speech regarding that as well. They need to, really. They do. Oh, look at him, he's lovely. You got a lovely king there, yeah. Yeah. That hat looks really uncomfortable, though, doesn't it? Looks heavy. Yeah, can we have our jewel back? Yeah, jewel in the crown and all that. I say our. Yeah. I'm like 8th Indian. 8th. Hang into chat. Farage would be delighted by the smoking ban. There'd be more fags for him. It won't affect him, though, will it? Because the smoking ban's on just youngsters, isn't it? Yeah, devolved powers just gets the government off the hook. That's a good point, actually. It does. It's been like that for about 10 years. Ooh. In my about 20,000 people town, all traffic lights are solar powered, and that is not used goes on public illumination. Let's go there. Oh, poor little devil.
That's one of them. Apparently they've got to peel all off.
That'll heal. That will heal. Oh, cried. I bet he cried.
Yeah,
I'll
they
show
called
him.
an ambulance, yeah.
Oh, it's my little Booshy's hand. One of them. He's got two. Look at that blister. He's done the same with both hands. Oh, I hope Ken's feeling guilty. Oh, that's the other hand as well, so.
He obviously went like this.
Yeah, he's grabbed it, hasn't he?
They might have to transfer him to a Burns unit.
Poor little devil.
Preen's no call bent from work. Preen's got to be a reasthma.
Kids are precious and take more care of them.
Tissue.
Sorry?
They got to remove the tissue.
Well, they removed the skin, wouldn't they?
They said that Yasmin needs to hold it down.
Ooh. So they're not going to put them out. They're going to give them painkillers. Painkillers could still hurt, though. They've got to hold them down. God, this sounds brutal. Poor little devil. He's only one. Yeah, so many nice words on paper. Read like fiction. Yeah, it does. It feels very much like fiction as well. Especially in the construction area. I just can't see that happening. But there you go. I can say it so many times I like to blue in the face. And people just think I'm just speaking out my butt. But in the day, I've worked in the industry and it's not as simple as it looks. I've done site foreman work, on building sites. Filling for somebody who had a flipping heart attack. It's Attleborough. This can also remove objections to Oh, didn't think about that. That's a really good point. That is a really good point. Hello, Super Tiny 808. If the UK didn't have London, we'd be like Bulgaria, financially speaking, we would. London is pretty much, yes. They don't point it out, though, do they? They don't. Sunak never did he? Just... God. People should be levelling up and all that. You're not going to move the financial sector out of London. It's just not going to happen. It doesn't make any sense to, does it? It makes you inefficient. You centralise. And besides, London didn't vote Brexit. You've got to try, girl. Smashed you on. Yeah. What are they like? Dogs, eh? Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. We are an Islamist. Yes. Yes, we are the first Islamist state with nuclear weapons, according to Jay something, Jack Trump. I don't know. Trump's second. There's Starmer going on in their speech and what have you, going on about Trump and that. Our hearts with him. Oh, for fuck's sake! Sorry, but no, they're not. I'm sorry. I know you don't feel. That man is evil, plain and simple. And you know what they did to the witches? Maybe we should try it with him. I don't condone violence and that man's made other people's lives a misery. And he's a rapist. Anyone with FDI won't be interested in the UK while it remains isolated from this. Of course, it's a stepping stone. It always has been. The UK has been a stepping stone into the EU. So unless we get back in the EU, why would they care? They wouldn't, would they? So what they've been doing? They've been negotiating with the EU a closer relationship themselves for trade. There's lots and lots of barriers to getting into to be able to trade with the EU. So what we've done, we put ourselves on the outside of a union of countries that trade under some very stringent rules. We have to put ourselves on the outside of that. Make it even harder. It's obviously easy to trade within the club, isn't it? It's going to make sense to me. The cat and don't drink the water. That's for the poop. Don't pick what? Take care, Keir. I'll be good. My body's crashing, says Keir. I'll be take care, my friend. Actually, where's the why isn't there any? Something's happening. I've not quite put timestamps on there. I might have no idea what's going on. There we go. Let's come down a bit. Local production has redundancy. It works here. I'm doing a lot of it. In fact, I do local production in my own little way, you know, with our solar panels. We use it before it gets anywhere. Sean Grinner, exactly. A lot of EU builders left. They did through the pandemic, didn't they? They buggered off, and you can't blame them either. They didn't know what's going on, did they? Come down. I'm a bit behind here, aren't I? Nick Farage. Oh, not Nick Farage. Farage will be delighted by this. We had done that already. I'm way behind. We're back on track. That's good. That's good. Yeah. Oh, take care, Tom. Thanks, buddy. Jay Vance or something like that. Vance, yeah. Vance the voice. He's actually done I don't know, he did flirt about a bit. He can't change his mind a lot, but he's he did seem to make a lot of sense before. What's happened to him? Something's gone on. Where will the money come from for all these projects, and who will be investing in the UK? No one's going to invest in the UK if they don't feel they're going to make any more money. They'll find their best options regarding where do I put my money. If you're an investor, if you've got a pot of money, you say, where am I going to put the money? Or you'd ask somebody who knows. I'm putting in the hands of somebody who knows where to put the money. And they're going to put the money where it's going to make the biggest return. It isn't necessarily going to be the UK, is it? Not now. Although it's very unstable under the Tories, so is that to it. I do sincerely believe things are going to get better. Just not as better as they say they're going to get. Take it out, Tom. Thanks, my friend. Everyone's tired. It's weekday, isn't it? Hey, Sebastian. Wait, can't you get up? You get up. Oh, he's up there. Yeah. I got my little Wally dog down, alright. I've been just putting little tiny little clips of the dogs on there, and Sebastian always gets the most views. Although Wally got quite a few when he's chasing a bone. 4 million or so Muslims in the UK, population 67 million. We have obviously been taken over by ISIS. Yeah. That's such a stupid. He was only he was having a laugh. He was just making fun. That Vance geezer, he wasn't being serious. He's just having a laugh. It seemed a bit of an uncomfortable thing to say for someone in his position, to be fair. Playing an evil one by Venom on the church in a church talent show did not help my religious reputation. No, I suppose it wouldn't do, would it? Blimey. Father Sowers was not happy. He wasn't, was he? To get his little ruler out. Yeah, I've heard about them. You know, the Catholics are the worst. My parents were laughing at that Catholic. Stability is the closest you get to predicting the future. Yeah, exactly. You know what's around the corner. Unfortunately, we've had a lot of things happen in the last few years that makes it very, very difficult to know what's happening. What is around the corner? Obviously, Brexit is still Pandora's box. The pandemic is still not ready. It's not over. It's still got people. My daughter-in-law's is just got COVID again. Okay, we can manage it now, but it's still about. If you're fortunate enough to, be able to Yeah, you got obviously vaccines or whatever. I bet yes, you have, Joel. You have got a very dark sense of humour, and all the better for it. Father saw is Joseph Fritzl got. Oh, get me cat. Oh, God's sake. Prague is the third largest Slovak city, and we have been taken over. Yes, taken over. All the Islamists. There we come. Dear me. It's all nuts, though, isn't it, really, you know? Like, you got to think, though. Got to think. We need houses, but where are you going to build them? Okay. 4 ways Labour could deliver on the pledge. Just according to the Guardian newspaper. Who's it by? Doesn't say. Oh, Robert Booth. Right. So, 4 ways Labour could deliver on the pledge to build 1.5 million new homes. And so the Starmer government has set ambitious 5-year target and is looking at new towns as a solution to the housing crisis. New towns. Are we going to build a new Milton Keynes and get some concrete cows to boot? Maybe. Maybe that's what's going to happen. Don't like concrete cows. Quite frankly, I think it's an absolute.
That is a disgrace.
Disgrace. That it is. So, the urban new town. So, how many? 1.5. God. Could deliver on. Oh, crikey. 1.5 million new homes. New town, okay. More than half of new homes in Britain are currently built on previously developed land. It's about infrastructure, isn't it? Yeah, if you've got to build a complete new town, you've got to provide all the infrastructure to suit, haven't you? There's probably nothing there. It's probably just a field or fields. Built on previously developed land, with the result that the skills of architects and planners are relatively well honed to deliver a city-based new town. One built example of a settlement of approximately a new town is the Greenwich Millennium Village. Well, that's a mouthful. That's in East London. Built on the Greenwich Peninsula, it was part of New Labour's regeneration programme that also included the Millennium Dome that got sold for £1. That was a waste of time. The roof blew off as well. It's been built over the last 25 years on 120 hectares, 300 acres of contaminated land. Oh, that's lovely. Yeah, kids playing that. Contaminated land that was formerly a gasworks and was bought by the then government's development agency and English partnerships. The competition saw the architect Ralph S. Erskine. He sounds English, doesn't he? Who had worked on Weldon Garden City and designed the 1970s Biker Wall estate in Newcastle. Draw up a master plan for 2 private developers, Countryside Properties and Taylor Wimpey. So that'd be crap houses. Eventually there were about 3,000 homes, and some of the apartment buildings were 12 stories high, designed in part to block the winds coming across the Thames on the east. There have been problems. After the Grenfell Tower fire, leaseholders discovered that cladding panels need to be removed to make their homes safe. Oh, God's sake. And Milton Keynes. Remember Milton Keynes and its concrete cows? They look a bit worse for wear now, if they're still there. Arguably the most successful of the UK's 20th century new towns. Milton Keynes, that's donkey's years old. When's that built? Crikey. In Buckinghamshire, it's now home to well over 250,000 people, and it's bigger than Brighton or Newcastle upon time. It's grown to support a theatre, art, a gallery, concert hall, football stadium, and small university campus. There's something I want to talk about as well. Oh, crap, I forgot to put the thing up. What an idiot to send. Bear with me. There's something else. Okay. We'll put that in a minute. Okay. Let's put the window up this time, shall we? that has grown to support a fair art gallery, concert hall, football stadium, and small university campus. From the start of the project, that was 1967, 3 years before I was born, and it was built on mostly open farmland and around historic villages. And the government set up a powerful development corporation to oversee planning. The planners embraced modernist architecture on a grid of roads and was designated as a city in 2022. That's big now, isn't it? Repeating this feat would require a government willing to look decades ahead, suffer to a shortism, isn't there? Suffer the short-term political pain of zoning large amounts of open fields as a site. Ooh. And invest. I think we need a cull. This will solve so many problems. If we had a cull, we start with the Tories. That's the start. You know. Or can we do like a matrix and just plug them into a power source? They can plug them, into the power grid. They can become our power source. It might work. Yeah, red and blue pill and all that. Most probably through loans, billions into infrastructure required to sustain itself. And before grappling with the good thing about they're building a new town is if you use some common sense and actually built it in a fashion that was modern, to fit modern lifestyle, an eco town, not a token effort, a proper eco town. The super extension. Oh, look at that. It's the Garden City plan, it is, yeah. So planning team led by David. Actually, before we go into that, okay. I've got explore Google Earth. We've got Google Earth here, all right? Google Earth, all right. Wait, okay, where we going? Oh, come back. No, not there. No, what's happening? I could just put it into the search, couldn't I? That line there to there to there to there to there. That way, that way, that way, that way. Where are we? And there. I'm in totally the wrong hemisphere. Australia. I feel like I'm upside down here. Should you put it into the search? I found it. There's little England. Oh, there it is. All right. Now, if we go to Thetford. Now, this is something I'm a bit curious about. All right. The reason I'm curious about this is the golf courses there. The reason I'm curious about this is my daughter, Karina, went to a migrant camp. It is huge, apparently, absolutely huge, filthy place, and it's on the road between Thetford and Brandon Thetford and Brandon on the Brandon Road. But can I find it on Google Earth? She said it is in the woods, mine, so it could be in there somewhere in the wood. Yeah. But I'd expect to see some evidence. Oh, there's a road there, mind. I can't find it. It's as though that this map is old. It's been there for at least 3 years, at least 2 years. My daughter works for a housing charity. Houses mainly men and what have you, and people on the streets, basically. And some of it is managed by Breckland Council, or the funding comes mainly from Breckland Council. And I can't remember what it's called now. It's a housing charity. And that's who my daughter works for. Although she's on maternity at the moment because she's had a baby. And but I can't find it anywhere. That's the golf course there. I don't think it's on there. They've got here, that is a like a caravan site. Yeah, residential caravan site, you know, like it's residential caravan site, that's what that is. It's not there. But I can't, she couldn't see it. She couldn't remember exactly where it was. All she knows is on the Brandon Road. That's just a house. Between Brandon and Thetford. It makes me wonder if that this map has not been updated. Is it a conspiracy? Maybe. What was that? What the hell are they? That's weird. Oh, that's like a, what do you call it? Oh, one of the leisure park places, isn't it? These all like little chalets in the woods. Oh, that's flipping, what's it called? Oh, what's it called again? Oh, that's not. Yeah, obviously it's not a migrant camp. Anyway, it's disappeared. So it seems a bit weird. Doesn't make any sense. I think we're talking separate things. Oh, okay. It's called Yarl's. It's called Yarl's Wood. Are you talking? Is that what the camp is? Is that what you're saying, Steve McGowan? Right. Yarl's Wood on Google Earth. Ooh, it could be the one. That's not Thetford, though, is it? Bedfordshire. Don't know if that's the same one. Of course, I had a lot of instances. Yarl's Wood has. If I can do a search on. Just saying, Yarl's Wood. Oh, it's not working. No, it's not working. It's not happy. Let's just refresh that. Alright, Yarl's. Let's try again. That's it. Where is it? That doesn't look close enough to Fairly Blastow. I don't understand because my daughter said it was in the let's have that. Look at that. Ugh. That's there. That's a prison. That's not. Oh no, that's not the one, is it? This place actually got tents. The place that my daughter's talking has got tents, so it's not that place. Northampton, Peterborough, Cambridge. It's not far from there, though, is it? Really? It's in that area. Bedford, Luton, Oxford, Cambridge. No, it's not there. No, it's not that one, I don't think. Labour ministers would not comment on continued use of the Bibby Stockholm Ivy. No, they won't. No one's talking about it at all. Hunger strike at the moment. You're looking so weird, I am, aren't I? It's supposed to be purple. It doesn't look purple on there. It's the light. I blame the lighting in the camera. Lakeside is where they have darts world champions. Oh, okay. I wouldn't know. Big up your daughter. I have a friend in Olympia, US, who just started a similar job. Oh, cool. Yeah, she said it's blooming tough. Unfortunately, the charity she's working for has become a bit commercialised as well. So they got a new manager in, and he's like tore the place apart. And it's not a very nice place to work now, unfortunately. The thing is, people work in those places because of the job. You know, it's not for the money. The money's not brilliant. We have a country paralysed by poverty, yes. Yet we only tax millionaires and billionaires a measly 45%. Well, we don't tax them 45%. We do not tax millionaires and billionaires 45%. That 45% is just a rate on income. I think I've said it before, I'll say it again. We've got to get these people to spend money in the country. That's what you need to do. There's no good tax them. Otherwise, a lot of them will not. They'll cease to invest in the UK. How can we make them spend the money so that effectively they are investing in the UK by spending it? You know, I was listening to Darren Grimes earlier on his live stream, and going on about these people pay no tax. Everyone pays taxes. If you buy food, you pay tax. Well, there's no VAT on food. No, but the flipping all the services required to get that food to your shelf has been VAT paid. Everything is taxed. Nobody out there doesn't pay any tax. We all pay taxes. Everybody. Even if you're unemployed, you pay taxes. Income tax? No. Okay, fair enough. Everyone pays tax. To say they don't pay any tax is just idiotic. It's not true at all. But we do have you're 100% right with that. We've got a massive problem with poverty. And when you've got poverty, where's the inspiration to do well? You know, people in poverty for various reasons. Someone's obviously I suppose life changes and what have you. Circumstances, good tits up, lost your job or something, you know. Especially if you're someone who's always worked for an employer, it's very difficult for that person to be able to look to find solutions to getting themselves out of the situation that they're in, that they find themselves in, because they're now unemployed, whatever. You know, if you're not of a self-employed mindset, it's very hard to think things outside the box. You have this notion that you do an hour's work, you get an hour's pay. But when you're self-employed or you're building up a business, you'll do weeks, months, years of very little or no pay, with the hope, the vision that you'll reap the rewards later. It's like doing YouTube. This channel's dead, so you know. But my other channels now, it's like my woodworking channel. You have to aspire to something, don't you? And I keep plodding along with it. And the view that maybe in the future I'll be able to sustain myself with it. You know, me and the family and what have you. I don't know, we'll see where it goes. This channel is getting, they don't seem to want to actually send out notifications, let alone anything else. So, you know, we've got 20 people here still. So it's not a lot, is it? It's not enough to be able to sustain the channel. It's always the same people who are really generous. They keep me going, basically. Otherwise, the channel would be dead. If it wasn't for the fact that super chats, I would say, I'm going to have to give up this. I have no choice, you know, like anyone else. You say about poverty and stuff like that. I'm fortunate in that I've got a home, paid for. I live in France, so I've escaped that one. My house is okay. I've got a very large farmhouse. A large farmhouse on lots of land, but that has very little value. And if I sold this up here, I might get flat, you know. Well, a bit more than a flat, but you know, you wouldn't get much for what I'd sell this for in the UK. Because house prices in the UK is just unmanageable for people. You know, we don't have masses of social housing in France. There isn't a need because rent's low. You can get a 4-bedroom house there. Rent, you know, okay, be rural, probably 4-bedroom, $350 a month rent. The only reason I know that is because in our local ham, there's a house there for rent. Actually, that's $400 a month. That is a large 4-bedroom house with land. You know, in the cities and stuff like that, obviously more expensive, but you can find properties relatively cheap. If you just want like a 2-bedroom apartment or something in the Moge, you probably pay sort of similar sort of money. You know, around 350, 400 a month. In fact, a friend of ours daughter, Naisling, she died. She had heart transplant eventually. You know, she died eventually. And anyway, she had an apartment in the Moge, just a 1-bedroom apartment. It was under 200 a month. Nice place. You know, it was alright. It was right near the hospital, so she could go to work. That's where she worked, at the hospital. So it's just different. Everything's different here. People look at property different. You know, same with cars and stuff. You know, the French people, they don't necessarily think, oh crikey, oh my god, it's 2010 now or whatever. We need to get ourselves a 2010 motor car. Okay, it's 2024, but no, they don't think about that. As soon as the next number plates come out, registrations come out, I get a new car. That's ridiculous. They don't care about that sort of shit. They're not interested. You can't tell by the number plates how old a French vehicle is. The same with prioritised number plates, isn't any of that here. Unless you import one with already on. I don't think you can even do that. Actually, you'll be designated number. You'd have to sell. What you'd have to do is you have to sell your if you bring the car over and register over here, you'd have to sell the number plate, because you'd be designated a French number plate. They don't have any of that here. So there isn't that kind of kudos thing going on. You know, this kind of like keep up with the Joneses. Got people have cars like 20, 30, 40 years, really old bangers, still on the roads. But these people don't drive very far. I might go to the shops and stuff like that, and it's like me and my car. My car's like 20 years old. People say, "I'll get yourself a left-hand drive." I can't afford to buy a new car. I don't do enough miles to warrant it. I spend most of my time in the workshop. I don't really go anywhere. I go to the shop occasionally. Might pick kids up from the airport and stuff like that occasionally. But the car goes out once, maybe twice a week. Why would I spend 30 grand on a car or something like that? Or a second-hand one, 10, 15 grand or something, electric, we hope. With the view that it's just going to sit there. Cars here, second-hand car market here is high. It's almost double the UK, on the low-end cars. A couple of grand, so to speak. Sort of thing you buy for 300 quid. And with a lot of miles on as well, I'll tell you. Here you'd be paying a lot of money for it, and they'll have a lot of miles on them. They're old. Let's go back. If you want to get investors building houses, it's no matter of a lack of suitable land. It's not a matter of lack of suitable land with grant. Sorry, it's not a matter of a lack of suitable land with granted. But no, it's not. I said earlier, we need people. We need people to build them, and we need materials to build it with. If you're going to go for the same methods of that, we need to be building houses in factories. Bring them on a low loader. Get a crane. Drop all the panels into place. Raise the house in a couple of days, That's what we ought to be doing. If you're going to be building houses that really have a short shelf life, that's what we're doing. None of them houses are going to be about in 100 years' time. They might be just about. We might as well be buying and building prefabs. With that in mind. Benny Kershaw says, me mate's rent has gone from $650 a month to $850. That's a 200 quid increase. That's a lot. And that's north east of England. Oh my God, there's a lot. Is it Grimsby? Council house rent is $600 a month. My daughter's saying that she's in a council house. I think she's under Brecklands or something. But it's managed by the council, but it's privately owned. And she's paying $650 a month for a council house. That's a lot of money. And that's a little 3 bedrooms, tiny bedrooms though. Tiny. And it's one of them kind of houses you go in the front door and you go up the stairs. Bit like that. It's alright though. No, that's her old house. No, this one's not like that. It's a very narrow house, but like that. Just cram them all in, I'm always rebooting notifications. Half the time I get none. Did not get one for this live. Yeah, don't appear that anyone got one for this live. Got 19 people in there, yeah. I don't know. makes me wonder why bother. You know, although I do appreciate people do join me, so to be fair. And what we might do, I might be doing some more casual streams, but they'll be in vertical format, so they won't be in here. They'll be outside. No, the weather's nice. Get my well seat on top of the well, so in the garden, or maybe in the hammock. I don't know. Just casual streams, really casual. Just limit the time they got until they lose their permit and would devalue the well, all they got to do is put them in spade in the ground, didn't they? And then they got as long as they like. The same here. Now, this property here, we've obviously got the house. So 2 houses been knocked into one, basically. And then we've got the adjoining barn, which is basically my workshop, and the garage, and my far barn. And then we've got the barn on the opposite side. We've got a little barn over there, which I use for a wood store. It's about, I don't know, what's the ground floor of that? About 11 by 11. It's probably, ground floor is probably about 60 to 80 square metres, something like that, I don't know. And then we've got the bread oven stuff. They're changing laws here in France. Next year, we won't be able to convert them, change of use, certificate of urbanisation. So we need to do it this year. If we're going to just put it in, we're going to just put it in. Just have it. Once you make the start, you see, you get to keep it. Which means if you ever sell the property, it have more value. I don't think we would ever sell the property, to be fair, but, you know, it's best to be safe than sorry. You never know, do you? Because this would have been like a little hamlet in its own right, you see. It's the pre-debut, and it's just, it would have been its own little hamlet. I just got myself a 2010 Mercedes with really good history, 130,000. That's not a lot of miles, is it, for a car that age? And a fault-free MOT. New cars, other mugs. Now, I've had new cars, all right? I've had my Jags and stuff like that in the past. I used to do quite well, all right? In the UK, when I had my my construction firm and what have you, I had 2 companies on the go. And both of them were doing okay. Then we got hit in that recession. Hard, you know? And it's very scary times. We thought we were going to lose the house and all that sort of stuff. And we just shut up shop. We had to. The saddest thing, though, was making people redundant. People have been with me for a long while. And I absolutely, that made me, it did actually make me cry. That just found it very, very upsetting. People had families. I had no choice, though. Just didn't have no choice. It's becoming, you could see that the cycle of it. And it was just a situation. I was getting so much money. So I was borrowing so much money on credit cards just to pay wages. You can't go on like that. So you just said no, enough was enough. And then we moved over here. That was always a plan anyway, to be fair. Eventually. But they kind of speeded up that plan. Have I been eating a lot of beetroot? I have, actually. I do eat a lot of beetroot. I love beetroot. I also do beetroot preserves as well, with vinegar and what have you. But with the on the salads, we just have it raw on the salad, grated on the salads, raw. Turns everything red, mind, including my beard. I used to love all the my old car's what, 2005? 2005, what was that? 19 years old now. So it's not on this next trial. Right hand drive. Like I said, I'm not going to change it unless I have to. And it's still a good car. It still does what we need to do. But I do get a lot of criticism on this channel. But why are you driving your steering wheel's on the wrong side? Blind spots. I mean, in this patrol, I have got no blind spots. You've got such good vision on a car like that. The worst vehicle, or the worst vehicles to have that are right-hand drive on left-hand drive, in France, for instance, is vans. Vans are terrible. You've got no rear windows. Can't see anything. And even if you did rear windows, they're too high, so you can't see anything. So that I'd agree. Get left-hand drive if you're getting a van here in France, where it's to be a lot safer. But a car like mine, I've got perfect vision. It's not an issue. Investment companies just rather don't build but speculate the value of the assets. Sorry, say again. Investment companies just rather don't. Rather don't build but speculate. Well, like hedging the bets, not over. that the value of their assets get bigger if they resell after 3 years. Yes, and that's where the asset holding companies come in. Labour have said they're going to get rid of asset holding companies. I just hope they do, because that's ridiculous. Now, Cameron got rid of it. Boris Johnson brought it back in 2019. Asset hold companies where foreign investors can invest in the UK, hold the assets, sell it 5 years later, and pay no tax. But you and I do the same thing. We have to pay tax, but foreign investors don't. It's ridiculous. I know why. Boris Johnson's probably a friend, but you could argue that it increases investment in the UK. Investment in the UK is no good if no one's going to benefit from it. If all the money's going to be shifted abroad again, no one benefit. We've got to get these people to spend the money. They need to spend the money. If we get more money put back into the system and get the money moving and circulating around the system, you would actually have a trickle-down economy. But we've got to spend the money in the country. And it's got to stay in the country. Not all of it, obviously. You're never going to achieve that. But you can encourage it. Encourage it to happen. Give tax breaks to make sure it does. You might lose a little bit of tax, but at least the money's getting spent in the country. Somebody else is going to be getting the benefit of that. They'll end up paying their taxes. Or maybe they'll end up earning a bit of money, end up spending more money and paying more VAT. And also the people spending the money will be paying VAT as well. And you get people to spend. People with the money, hoarding it, sitting in bank accounts, we need to get them to want to spend the money. Do. Great British Energy will be an asset holding company, I know. It's not going to actually produce energy. No, I never had any doubts about that, to be fair. How are they going to produce energy without actually building an infrastructure of energy producing? It's not going to happen, is it? No, they ain't got the money. So all they're going to have is like a management company, probably based in Scotland or something like that. A way of managing the production and investing in its expansion. Yeah, more solar voltaics and wind turbines, etc. And obviously it means to get from A to B. Very long extension leads, yeah. That's to adhere to 90-day limits, but parents are also... to value the property, I see. Just limit the time they've got until they lose their permit. Yeah. Which would devalue their property and make speculating unattractive. Or let them buy all sorts of shit, but when they really sell it, make sure they pay the tax on it. Tax them heavy. If it's a foreign, if they're just investing in the UK to make money for themselves, tax the hell out of them. Keep as much of that money as you can in the country, straight into infrastructure. If they don't like it, tough, don't invest. Like all the oligarchs and buying up most of London. You can't incentivise billionaires. They will hold on to as much money as they can. They're billionaires for one reason, because they're greedy. So you can. It's not about incentivising them and say whether they can feed their kids or not, is it? It's just incentivise them to actually just hold on to their money. Because they just want more money. They all want more money. Taylor Swift, she just wants more money. Oh, she get to the food banks. No, she just wants more money. How do you keep people on side? She just hands out food carrots. That's all she does. Besides, her music is mediocre. £200, 2 people. Cheapest seats. It's £100 a seat. That is not somebody who doesn't want more money. It's all about the money. It's not about the performing. It's about the money. These people are greedy as hell. They always want to be the richest. But look at Elon Musk. He keeps going on about, my freedom of speech. You want me to sell my freedom of speech for money, he said. Yeah, he's arguing about the 56 billion payout from Tesla, and he got it in the end. Come on, these people, all they care about is the money. Everything else is just a show. That's all it is. It's bollocks. It's lies. There's some of the most deceitful, lying scumbags out there, including Taylor Swift. Oh, it added 300 million to the economy. Yeah, increasing inflation at the same time. Get the algorithm flagged. Flagged? How? How do I go do that? Have you seen Carl Rogers' YouTube channel? A British YouTuber, carpenter, renovating a farmhouse. Yes, I have. And he's really good. And he's done really, really well. I've only seen a couple of his videos. Somebody else mentioned it to me. He's also, didn't he get a lot of sponsorship from Westminster Tools? And got us all his workshop kitted out. The thing is, he's getting a lot of views, isn't he? He's getting a hell of a lot of views. And he's got that geezer working for him who's got all the tattoos. That guy. It looks like he's spaced out. He's probably on cocaine or something, or just eyes a coat on something. Tax them all, yeah. Just tax the buggers. Incentivise them. Tax them if they don't spend it. Spend it all. What's that? Oh God! They got on Politics Social WhatsApp group. They're going on about the bill. So I put a bit of span in the works about it. And it's please explain to me how they're going to do this. Everyone's an expert. Just limit the time I've got until they lose their perm. Oh, done that already. Up we go. There we come. Hope the wave and tide energy projects will contribute towards CO2 reducing energy production. Yes. The thing is that we all want more. That's one little cog in a much bigger picture. It's not just about energy produce. We want to produce more energy cheaply so we can produce more shit badly. Unfortunately, I think the problem is us. Human greed. Across the board. I think we're all a little bit greedy. Well, I think we all are. We all want stuff that we can't. I think we get stuff that we shouldn't really be having. I remember when I was a boy, we used to play with hula hoops. And I don't mean the KP crisps either. No, not on your fingers. No, I mean hula hoops, the stick. Yeah. And then we had the space hopper. That's the start of all the problems. Was the space hopper because it was made of rubber. Yes, the space hopper. And you just get punches. And also it was horny as well, wasn't it? Oh, who remembers the space hopper? The big orange space hopper. Now, my sister, she had an orange space hopper with a face on the front. I had a Paddington Bear space hopper. It was red. And you held on to his little arms, you did. They were the days. Yes, Swift's windy waft. Yes, with her jet using, destroying trees. Jet. For every hour of flight requires 90 odd trees to be planted and to be alive for 10 years. For every hour of flight. All these people swanning around like that. They're not, Elon Musk with his flippin' Tesla. He's not a part of the solution. He's a part of the problem. We don't need all this shit. Not to survive, not to have a good life. We don't need all this shit. We really don't. We just tell ourselves we need it because we don't want to let go. More culprits, including myself. I'm sitting there in front of this widescreen monitor. I'm a hypocrite, I've got a monitor there, got a monitor there. I'm surrounded by blooming monitors. Oh, let me quickly show you. This is just nuts. Oh, you've probably seen it before, actually, to be fair. I just unscrewed you. You unscrewed. Not that way. This way. Oh, below me, what's going on? I'm tied all kinds of cables. Right, so there, I got my monitor. Oh shit, got my, one monitor there. All right, there you go. There you guys are. And come over there. Got let's just get rid of that percent. All this lot here. Look, how else do you think there was a bit of live streaming? And the monitor down there with my soundboard. Yeah, yeah.
All of these things are related.
This is crazy. Let's put you back. Oh, I got my microphone, but you've seen that. Right. Back on, let me go. How's that? Sort of. Not quite right. Oh, I don't know what's going on. Oh, that's that was wonky. I've shrunk. What's happened? That's what happens when you interfere with the camera. There you go. That's a bit better, I think I'll do. Although I still look like I've shrunk. So anyway, so we all see so much shit. This beam me up, yeah, beam me up, all short, beam me up, yeah.
What are you talking about?
Hello, bitch. Hope you well. Beam me up. Evening all. Evening all. Mad Monk. Hello, my friend. Hope you well. Didn't see you there. Yeah, it's still. Yes, it is actually still purple. I don't think it's as purple as it was though. I might have to I might have to, I don't know, treat it with some bicarbonate of soda and some lemon juice to make it fade a little bit, and then get some brighter stuff on it. I don't know. Would that work? I told it would. Yes, do it. I can't give you treats. God, what are you like? You can make an effort. See the nose. There, bear. Oh, what is sleep? Look at him. But Taylor is donating quite a lot of her earnings towards food banks and cities she's touring. She's a billionaire. It's like us giving a fiver. More than her toys contributed within a year. Yeah, I know. She is worth a shitload. She could be doing a darn sight more than that. So I've got no time for her. And the music is shit. Sorry. Soulless. Swift will take a private jet to go 100 miles. It's ridiculous, isn't it? It's nuts. It's just, yeah, I'll go. Yeah. Monkfish. Speaking of big spanners, here's Mad Monk 33. Oh, yeah. I love the Mad Monk 33. I'm a Mad Monk. Yeah, we love you, mate. Love you. Oh, there he goes. You spin me right round, baby, right round. All that kid needs now is a purple beard. Yeah, exactly. Joel says. He says Musk is not helping their transition to different energy sources on vehicles. He is trying to profit on it. That's all he is. It's all about the money. Follow the money. And everything else he says is just about just trying to titillate people just to get him on side. He's full of shit. He really is. And when Kyle Gass said of Tenacious D, when he said, oh, about Trump, oh, yeah, said that don't miss next time. Musk tweeted, says, oh, it's evil. I say, it's freedom of speech. Any news?
Yeah, Westminster says, Queen said she has to needs me. She said, can I get back as quick as possible? I can't get back till Friday.
He has needs you.
He's got to be transferred to a special branch unit.
Got ya.
to be in Chelmsford for a few months. I might have to just go and get the girls.
3 months?
Yeah.
Blimey. I think we're going to have to call it a night, I think, because,
That's alright. No, you
Yes.
can't do anything.
yeah.
I just need to book a flight. She's got no one for the girls for a few months. She's going to be in Chelmsford for a few months.
Chelmsford.
Chelmsford, yeah, just for the girl for a few months.
You tell me it's going to take 3 months?
Yeah.
God, they must be
Skin
deep.
grafts and things.
God, they're saying my little grandson's got to have skin grafts. Can we wait until we've got more information before you start booking flights?
Yeah.
Good.
Karina said she can have the girls until
Can we actually get more information off Yasmin and not Karina?
she's with you.
Oh, okay. I just know what Karina's like. So anyway, I'm going to call it a night because it looks like we've got all sorts of shit in the fan. Yeah, hair at the moment because my little grandson's got some serious burns. I didn't realise them that bad. For crikey, like several months in Chelmsford Burns unit. Oh, Musk has now pledged 45 million a month to the Trump campaign. Lovely man, isn't he? God. Yeah, cheers, Joel. So I'm gonna have to call it for now. And I'll see you guys and girls on Sunday, I hope. Yeah, so thank you very much for joining us tonight. And yeah. So I'm not gonna leave you anything, I'm just gonna go.